Now you can hear me.
Well, I can hear you because you're talking to me on the phone.
Well, no, I had my microphone turned off. So, Bunny Cat Likes called me.
Now I can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Ma. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye. Yeah, so my mic was off. Good, I wasn't saying anything important anyway. Um, so today we're working on a map for the Ghostbusters game, upcoming Ghostbusters game that I'm working on. And I finished the last stream I did like this. I was working on the town map, and I finished that. Pretty happy with it. Um, I say too much. The map that I'm working on now is a railroad station, an old abandoned one, and I'm flavoring it up. I am putting, extra things around and on it to kind of give it a little more personality. We'll just say that. Um, so hi, Grandpa's Dice Bag. Hi, Bunny Cat Likes. There's one other person viewing. I'm not sure who they are, but welcome, welcome. So normally on Wednesdays we stream the Dragonbane game, but we are not able to this week. So you get me instead. So sorry. And then later this week, Saturday, I will be streaming a special Let's Play of one of my favorite video games. And my friend Kirk will be here with me to play that on this channel. Kirk and I do Let's Plays on our own channel that we made like a year ago. And we've barely done anything with it for a long time. So we're gonna start up doing that again. But there's a really fun game that I want to play that we can play co-op, and I'm gonna do it for this channel because it is a fantasy game. But I'm gonna let the game be a surprise uh, for those who tune in for it. Um, and so yeah, let's get to work on this map. Um, all right, so let's put some mushrooms. These are giant mushroom trees. Here's some medium mushrooms. Well, those are still kind of big, huh? Put it down to 50. There we go. So, this is a railroad station in the town of Innsmouth, which is a fantasy fictional town in Massachusetts, created by H.P. Lovecraft, the man who wrote many, many short horror stories. Call of Cthulhu being one of his most popular ones. Um, and so part of the adventure that I'll be running uh, could take place here. I'm going to have various locations that they can visit. I hope we have time for them to be able to visit all of them and do pretty much whatever they want in each one. The way I run games is a little bit. I make bullet points of like things that I will introduce, and then whatever the players do, I kind of improv results from that. I like to make sure the players have plenty of agency in the game, decisions that they make. I never, and never have I actually been the type of DM who was like, nope, you can't do this just cause. I've had those DMs. Sometimes when you're a new DM, that's just kind of the DM you're going to be at first because you're still learning. But then I've had DMs who've like, they'll claim they have years of DMing under their belt, and I can't help but wonder if that's true, because either that's not true or it's true and they're just really weird control freaks. Not my not my cup of tea. All right. So this map is kind of almost already done, which means I can move on to another one. The software that I'm using is called Incarnate. It is free to use. There's a paid version that's very, very cheap. I think anyway. I think it's like $10 or $15, or is it $25? But it's like that's for a year. It's not a month. So it's I can't remember because it might have, the prices might have changed. I feel like I subscribed when it was $15 a year, and I think that's what I still get charged. So $15 a year, or even 20 or $25 a year, I think is a really good deal for what you can do with this program. Because not only does it have all of these presets, but you can also upload your own, like these Fallout ones, this Ghostbuster thing. I have this duck with a crown. I don't even know why. I don't remember putting it in here. I assume it's probably when I was making some kind of Dragonbane map for the Mallards. But yeah, it's got a lot. It's got a really good selection of things you can do. It's got a really good supportive community board where you can kind of just go and look at what other people have made. You can clone their maps and re-edit them yourself. Some of them give you permission to do that. Some of them you can do that on the free version. Some maps you have to have the pro version in order to do it. So it all depends on what you're doing. Sorry, it depends on what your level is with the website. So because I think this is pretty much done, we're gonna exit off of this. We're gonna save it. Always save your work frequently. It's something you were taught like in elementary school and middle school when you had computer class. It is true to this day. It will forever be true. Save your work frequently. All right, so now we're going to return to my maps. You can see all the other maps I've made. So, we'll take a look at Innsmouth. Loading art. So, here is my complete version of Innsmouth. Here's the abandoned railway station, which is the map I was just now working on. And I think it's pretty much done. I'm happy with the way it looks. So now I need map, maybe even multiple maps for Wallace Orchards, the HQ, Innsmouth Cafe, possibly, the Town Hall, Innsmouth Police Station, the HMS Neptune. And in case you are not familiar with what nautical terms are used, HMS stands for, I think it stands for His Majesty's Ship, because it's a British ship from the Revolutionary War era. I could be completely wrong. That's just what I think I remember and know it to be. Ruined Lighthouse and Devil Reef. So, and then there's the Innsmouth Memorial Park, which I will make maps for. So when we play the game, the players obviously will kind of start at the HQ here, their headquarters, their temporary headquarters, as you'll see in that game. But they when I'm planning this game, I do have kind of like what I think of as a beginning, a middle, and an end. But I'm going to make it kind of where like they could do it in whatever order they want, really, or completely skip some places if they feel like they've figured something out. So the Ghostbusters role playing game is mostly like it's very light mechanics and it's very light mystery for like type of gameplay. Usually you have a spirit of some kind and you're supposed to kind of figure out like what it is, what it wants, what's the best way to get rid of it. Sometimes your proton pack is not always the best way to get rid of a ghost in the game. Sometimes maybe you want to take a different approach for other reasons specific to that ghost. It's a really neat game, and so the possibilities and the gameplay can be very drastically different from session to session, let alone table to table. You know what I mean? But all right. So what's the new map we want to start? Well, we'll return to maps. We'll create a new map. How about their headquarters? Let's see if we have what it takes to make that. I'm gonna just pick fantasy battle map. I never really care about what type I pick because when I get in there, I always set it to just show me all of the possible tiles and stuff. So it never really matters to me. All right, so they're starting off with some dirt. So because this is going to kind of be like the inside of a building, we're going to start off with a background that is probably just dark, I think. I know there's an option for it. There we go. So we're gonna make the brush size big, and we're just gonna fill this all in because we're going to be just kind of working around in a building. Next thing I like to do is I like to show the grid, and a lot of times I don't do this when I make maps, but that is because a lot of times when I make maps for this, I make them out to be printed and presented to players. I don't have a lot of experience playing on virtual tabletop, and I've never made maps to be used on virtual tabletop till this year. I made some maps for the My Little Pony Merkborg Friendship is Tragic campaign that I ran. But that was it. So this is all very, very new to me. Let's see. Grandpa's Dice Bag wants to know what game it is, and Bunny Cat is asking him what game. Yeah, Grandpa, what game do you want to see? I bet it's what's the one you requested for? I don't even remember anymore. Alright, so got our grid on. Now we're going to make some flooring. And we're going to want, like I said, I'm going to just click on Incarnate. And it'll just show me all the possible options. So here we have like some more modern ones here. And I know I'm not sharing the whole screen here. But that's because I'm still learning how to do all of this in general. Grass with concrete. I thought that would be regular tile. I'm still learning. So as I get better with this, I promise it'll get better. Alright, so they're temporary HQ. Let's give them... Let's give them busted up tiles. And we'll make the brush size 1. That's important. If you don't make it at least 1, this thing will glitch out. It'll just freeze up. If you make it, you can set it to 0, and that's not good. It's not a good idea. All right, so I do this very tediously and ridiculously unnecessarily difficult. I don't suggest it, but it is what I do. Huh. This is not doing what I thought it would do. This is making it seem like... Yeah, okay. So the floor texture doesn't fit like tile to tile. Is that because I chose something wrong? Maybe I need to make my grid bigger. You know what? For simplicity's sake, and to save time, I am just going to pick something different. Okay, this is fine. It's not perfect, but it's a little more what I'm thinking. Okay. So we're gonna make this HQ. This will be like the main room. Right here. So the next thing we're gonna put in is walls. So I'm just gonna do a quick search for different wall shapes, wall types, and then I'll just pick one. And I'll just do this. Alright, now this wall is big, right? So we're gonna make it a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller than that. That works. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in. And we're going to put the wall kind of towards the center here, because it's going to be like connecting both rooms. If there are multiple rooms, which there will be. And like I said, I'm not I'm not very good at this yet. I'm trying to get better. And as I do, oh well, this would be easier. Just type in 90. So I'm going to type 90 in to get a 90-degree angle. As I get better at this, I'll be able to make these faster. So here, I'm going to extend this just by a little bit. And then I'm going to make this become a doorway to another room. Their temporary HQ isn't going to be super massive, I'm thinking. Because it's just for while they're visiting Innsmouth. But I'm really excited for this game. Um, because as if you saw the first stream, I am a huge Ghostbusters fan, and I just always enjoyed the premise of the Ghostbusters the most. I love the idea of just like, I mean, they're scientists. They're not exactly like Joe Schmoes, but even they're not very good scientists. And I just love the idea of like we figure this thing out, and it could be a business. It's a little business comedy movie. It's great. So, what I'm hoping running this game will do, what I'm hoping for the players who will be playing in it, is I hope they'll just be able to have a good, laid back, fun, beer and pretzels type of game time where they, just the more fun and silly it is, the better, I think. So that's what I hope what happens. Bunny Cat like says, kind of cool how familiar we will already be with the map whenever the Ghostbusters game plays out. It is kind of neat, huh? Some people might say, well, this is just spoilers. Um, to which I would say, definitely don't watch these streams if you don't want spoilers to the upcoming Ghostbusters game. Well, I'm not really going to give spoilers. The only spoiler you're going to get is you're seeing what it looks like. The maps, anyway. Oh no, did not mean to put you there. But I'm not spoiling like what kind of ghost I've made for it, what kind of storylines that I have for it. So let's see, dark concrete roof. Don't want a roof. Although I guess it really wouldn't matter if it's the roof or the players can walk on it if I say so. Dark pavement. So we're gonna make this, if I could draw in a straight line. This is gonna kind of be where like cars can go. Now that's one thing I just don't have. I'm gonna maybe try to find it. I definitely don't have the time to make it, but like an asset of the Ecto 1. Because I would love to put like a little Ecto 1, top down view right there for it. If I don't have it, I don't have it. But I'll try to find it. I'll try to get it. I'm sure someone's made it. Alright, so now we're going to put the walls here. This back area is going to be kind of like where the guys can eat and sleep and chill. Now, why am I making a map for a place that's seemingly like a safe zone? Well, you never know. Maybe they do something that causes where like, what if they decide to retreat back to their headquarters, but a spirit that is aggravating them decides, well, I'm just gonna follow you. Then they might have an encounter here. So it's definitely one of those things where I want to try to make everything I think I might need. Even if I don't know for sure if I need it or not. Better prepared than not prepared, I think. But I definitely did make myself have a heaping of work to do, more than I was initially going to take on. Because with this game, I'm not running an original adventure for it. So the Ghostbusters tabletop role playing game is an actual role playing game that came out in the 80s, and there are some pre made adventures for it. And I'm definitely using one of them, but the rest are not. So I'm having to make all of this stuff on my own, including the ghosts they'll be interacting with, all the NPCs I'm making, which doesn't seem like a lot of work, and in some ways it's not, because for me it's more fun. I love building campaigns and adventures to run, and I love making NPCs and creatures. But I'm not as I don't have as much free time as I used to back in the day. So I will go ahead and admit this. I'm biting off more than I normally would be able to chew. But it'll be all right. We'll figure it out. All right, so now I need doors. Door. Give me a door. All right. Victorian panel door. Let's do that. Let's put let's make them 40. Yeah, let's put one here. And we'll flip it around. Or did that work? Yeah, it did work. Alright. So that's like the two doors to go into the garage. I just realized I didn't give them away to get into the garage from the building, so I'm going to need to correct that. But we'll pick some different doors for inside the station. Red train door, why not? That looks cool. So we'll go ahead and we'll just use two red doors for it. Make this at a 90-degree angle so it will look proper here. And the one other thing, I would really like to get really proficient with this software and with Foundry, because like when we play Dragonbane, the maps on there are like many of them are interactive. It's really neat. Like when you click on a door, the door art changes where like it flips open and stuff like that. That's a little bit beyond at all what I would know how to do. So we're gonna delete this, and now we have all this space again. But we'll fix that right up. Keep accidentally clicking stuff when I don't mean to. So we'll click that there. We'll put this right here. And then we'll put another door here. Alright, so that's their door to get into the garage. That's covered. Now, we need, let's see if furniture will work. There we go. Okay. Alright, we've got some options here. So we're going to give them some beds, because I'm sure they'll get sleepy. We'll give them hospital beds. Yeah, why not? So we'll bring these down to size a little bit. There we go. Alright. So we'll put a bed here, and we'll put one here and one here. There'll be 4 beds in this little temporary HQ. I've only got 3 players, but 4 beds. Maybe I'll find a 4th player. Let's take a look at the live chat, so I don't forget that it is existent. Dragon Quest. Grandpa's dice bag wants me to play Dragon Quest. Well, you know what, Grandpa? You're in luck because I plan on playing that on the channel. I'm going to do some more Grimrock first, though, as far as like just me playing by myself. But what did I do with it? I recently obtained Dragon Quest 3 HD remake for the Switch. So I will be streaming Dragon Quest 3 HD remake, and then maybe I will also stream Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remake when they come out. I think next month. I think it's next month they come out. I don't remember. They're really fun games. I've been dying to play the HD remakes because they look really, really nice. I love the way they look. But thank you for the suggestion, and I'm already on it. So I hope that makes you happy. Guess they need some chairs. They need some desks, maybe. Rustic Nordic desk. Alright, so we're going to put a desk here. And then we'll put a chair. I ended up saying chair because I was reading what type of chair I was hovering over. It was a train chair, is what it was called. Chairs. Alright, so we'll put like a little office chair here. We'll kind of have it sideways. There we go. Alright, so they got a chair and a desk. What else can we put in here? How about a couch of some kind? Yeah, there we go. We'll make it a little bit bigger, you know, because it's a couch. And we'll flip it around. We'll put it like this. You know, it's like it's not just flush straight up on the wall, you know. It's a little bumped. A little moved. Gun racks. Interesting. Let's see here. Oh, we'll put this nice coffee table here. We'll make it a little bit bigger. Buddy Cat Likes asks, will there be an Annie Potts of sorts? So will there be a character who's like taking the calls for the Ghostbusters? Is that what you're asking? Kind of giving them their missions, telling them what's up in the town. Yes, there will be, but it won't be like typical. Like it won't be, you know, a Janine Melnitz typical character. It's actually going to be the So I was fumbling with two ideas. I thought maybe it could be the deputy of the town who's kind of assisting, because like the police station, part of why the Ghostbusters got called is the police station is getting overrun with bizarre calls, right? People claiming really bizarre things, and the police are like, we can't deal with this. Um, but another thing I thought of was, what if the person who's there with them that sets up the phone and it takes the call is just, you know, an NPC that I play. Because you know they're not going out into the action and stuff really. Um, but I don't know. Undecided. Bunny Cat likes. For now, it's undecided. You know what? I'm gonna narrow this down. I'm gonna broaden it even more. I'm gonna look for tiles that. Oh, inside did not work. How about room? Does room work? Room kind of works. Oh wait, is what? There's like stuff, pre-made stuff? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Look what I just found. Pre-made stuff. It's slowing my browser down like crazy. That's kind of neat. Pre-made foundations. And you know, I would just make them larger and build around them. That's kind of neat. That's good for if you're in a quick pinch. Not bad at all. Alright, but not quite what I'm looking for, right? So, what I really want is like a carpet or a rug of some kind. So I'm just gonna type in floor and see what comes up. Dragon decoration. Alright. I'll be a little more specific. How about a rug? There we go. Rugs. It's really going to tie the whole room together, you know? Let's do... Let's do a fun rug. Let's do a white tiger rug. Why not? Remember, the game is kind of like, it's a comedy, first and foremost. Right? So, we're going to have fun imaginative stuff here. Alright, so, the rug is down. It's on top of other stuff. So, what we'll do is we'll move it down a layer. And we're going to move the couch up a layer. There we go. Now it looks right. It looks like the couch is partly on the carpet. The table's definitely on the carpet. Putty Cat Lake says Animal Crossing. I remember. I guess you're referring to the carpet bringing the whole room together. That's actually a Big Lebowski reference. But that is also an Animal Crossing too, which is probably also a Big Lebowski reference. Alright, so we have a little bit of stuff going on here. Let's go back to... Let's see if they have lockers. No lockers. Storage. Storage. Alright. Nothing I really like though. Of course. Just like these gun racks. Which I'm very kind of sticking to the top-down view. So don't want those side view things going on there. All right. Let's just go back to furniture. And if you guys have any questions about the game, feel free to ask. I can most likely answer them. If I don't answer it, it's because it would be like spoiler territory or something like that. Alright, let's give the guys like a wooden table in here. And we'll give them some wooden chairs. Oh, she said no. That was an answer to a prior comment made by her. Oh, I see now. But wouldn't it be great if the new Animal Crossing was just finally announced? Been waiting for a while now. They do often wait a very long time between each Animal Crossing game, but it's getting a little ridiculous now. It's time, Nintendo. I already don't like Nintendo very much these days. They've made some really questionable power moves. We'll just call it. And yeah, I don't know about it, Chief. They've decided to, charge questionable amounts of money for new games. Like a new Mario Kart being $80. It's a little steep, even if it is Mario Kart. But I won't get into the whole Nintendo drama that's been going on. Because it's just not worth it. It's neither the place nor the time. Yes, Grandpa, it has been bad. It has been bad. But I'll still probably end up getting a Switch 2 because I really would like to play Donkey Kong Bonanza and the new Pokemon and stuff like that. I just wish Nintendo weren't being so weird and out of character. Well, I really shouldn't even say that. They've been out of character for like a couple decades now. Yeah, yeah, Bunny Cat. Like everything's more expensive now. Just is what it is. It's just the way it is. All right. Ooh, bookshelves, elven bookshelves. But you know what? I'm fine. I don't care that these are elven bookshelves. So we'll put a bookshelf here. Because it's a bookshelf. It's going to serve its purpose. Like, oh, there's a collection of books there. Maybe these are books they brought with them to have, information they might need. They can make a smarts roll to try to look up information. Stuff like that. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, watch Animal Crossing be like $100. Just wait. Like overall. Because Mom, I know you haven't been, you don't keep up with this kind of stuff all that much, but let me tell you this, Ma. The new Pokemon game is, I think it's going to be 80 or 70. 80 or 70. I just knocked the shit out of my microphone. And then the game isn't even out yet, but they've announced downloadable content that's also going to cost money. It's driving us insane because it's like you're going to already tell us that you have downloadable content for a game that's not even out yet, which means it could just be part of the game, and you're going to sell it for extra. Makes us so mad. All right. Let's work on the garage a little bit. So in the garage, we're gonna put like workstations and stuff, right? So I know I just saw some. Yeah, here we go. Let's put in a lab cabinet. Make it a little bit bigger. Right? So they can like have a little workstation. You know, maybe they'll role play crafting some kind of new uh, devices to use. Who knows? This is totally gonna be like their temporary containment unit. Gotta make it a little bit smaller so it's believable as being portable, right? There we go. Well, that's their containment. Their containment grid, their portable one. This Ghostbusters game will take place in present day, so the Ghostbusters tech is a little bit better now than it once was. We'll put a couch in here too, because if there's like at one point people who used to work here, they definitely had like I've seen workshops that have couches in them where the guys just like get done, you know, installing a fuel injector and they just lay on the couch for a minute. They get tired, you know. Wow. I'm having a really hard time. Let me just type in the 90. Let's put a couch right there. All right. I'm gonna almost. I was only gonna stream for about an hour. It is a work night for me. So a lot of you don't know this. I am on the East Coast. Jason and most of the others are towards the West Coast. And so when we play live, I think it's what 7 p.m. Pacific time, but that's 10 p.m. for me. And then I play the game from 10 to midnight, and then I go to sleep, and then I get up at 4 in the morning to go to work the next day. Um, so that's also why this stream is starting so late or so early compared uh, to when we normally would stream, which would be 10 p.m. my time. This is looking kind of good. Like I said, you know, I'm a little pressed for time overall. I'm definitely going to work on this heavily over the weekend. Um, but tomorrow I run Dragonbane at my local game store. And so I'll probably work on this a lot Friday. I'll probably work on it a bunch Friday. Maybe I'll stream on Friday during the day. It'll be like earlier the day on the East Coast. But maybe I won't. I don't know. I might not, just so I can just focus, you know, lock in, as they say, and get this done. Um, just checking the old Discord. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and save it. I have not been saving frequently, like I advised all of you to. If something were to have happened, remember. Oh my goodness! Somebody has to be held right now, or they will die. Hello, Finn. Everybody, this is Finn, my cat. He uh, he often screams while I'm playing, but I don't even remember what I was talking about. We're gonna go ahead and end the stream tonight. I had a lot of fun working on the map. I'm gonna work on the map more, and I really hope you join me Saturday for the streaming of the special game. All right, go on. Oh, you guys claws in me now. With my buddy Kirk, who will also be playing in the Ghostbusters game. He's a guest playing, so yeah. Thanks for coming. Grandpa's Dice Bag, Buddy Cat Likes. There were a few others who popped in. Never be shy. Say hi. I will say hi back and all that. But you guys all have a great night, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.